we will be making fun of him no matter what. I don't care if this dude goes 50-1. We're gonna find the one thing that's wrong with him. CK, you're ready for this one, right?
I am ready for some more Call of Duty action. I'm hopeful that we'll see more than 3 maps here in this one to close out the semifinals week in the CRL. But we're going to see what these two teams do. We got two solid teams here in the what is it, Silver Division, if I'm not mistaken.
I
Uh,
don't know. It's
s-
the bagger division.
well, all the divisions are baggers, so I think we've very well established that. But Atlanta Day sitting at 7-0 and Boston Burgers at 5-2 should be a very close matchup. So excited to see what happens with these two teams. Starting off here, Atlanta Days with some early P1 time. Boston able to go in and clean up a little bit of scrap time as well. But now we're focusing on that rotation over towards P2. Atlanta is going to have the back spawns for the moment, but the Burgers are going to be able to get into P2 first. And we know this P2 is a critical here on Hacienda.
Yeah, and I believe these two teams have played before. I believe we went map number 5. I think I heard that Atlanta Dazed out outed the Boston Burgers here in a map number 5. Feel free to yell it. Oh, reverse sweep. That's even worse. So the start of Boston Burgers here, even if you win the first two, you got that always in the back of your mind that you did face them and you were reverse swept once. But hopefully you don't make it a second time here trying to close it out. Boston Burgers, honestly, was pretty tied going into P1. P2 rotation is good here for the Burgers. Early kills are good as we got about 20 seconds left. We're going to start to see a rotation towards this P3, but the side of Boston Burgers, the Burger Baggers are in control here on this Hossie so far.
I think I prefer the Burger Boys. I know you're on this train of the bagging, but Burger Boys is just too darn catchy. But really solid P2 there from the side of the Burgers, and now they're going to be the first team over here towards P3 as well. But as always, tricky P3 with control of flat. Ultimately, excuse me, ultimately we're looking for that rotation over towards the Rock and P4 Hill. But AX Phoenix, or it looks like actually Invictus since the kill feed's messed up, currently on a 6 spree, so doing a lot of work here for his team early here into this P3 as they're looking to make up some of this deficit and inch closer to that 50-point mark that the Burgers have already hit.
Sorry, I'm furiously typing in chat because I can't let people get away with this. Obviously, if you're new to this, map number 1's here in Hardpoint. Map number 4 is we're not going to have a mini map. If we mess up any rotation calls, that would be why. So just keep that ahead. Son of Atlanta Days had a pretty successful P3 there after having a pretty bad P2. So good for them, but they are losing rotation to P4 here, which is the money, really one of the money hills here on Hacienda. Rolling looks like he is on crack cocaine as towards this rock hill. I've been told that he was warmed up by someone here in chat, so he should be hot on the sticks tonight. So if he doesn't do well, make sure you let him know it's the person in chat's fault for that one. The side of Boston Burgers so far so good here on P4. I've seen a little bit of contest time from the side of Atlanta Days, but other than that, it's been everything Boston.
Boston off to a really good start here on the first rotation. We see pretty solid slaying coming through from the most of their squad, whereas on the side of Atlanta, we see Invictus popping off with the most kills in the lobby currently. But Atlanta definitely isn't looking to allow Boston to have too big of a lead here as we're making our way into our second rotation of hills. So they're looking to secure the rest of the scrap time over towards P4 and looking to get set up over here for P1 and continue to keep those P2 spawns as you prefer that hill in terms of overall for the map. So solid start here from both these two squads. Boston currently up by 24 getting into the P1 as well here. Atlanta Days is going to be spawning out towards that garden side, and they're going to be looking to take a potential route here, it looks like, through the back of lobby, but BB is going to be aware and is going to pick that up and is going to get some shots into that last player, but is going to pull the Mr. Wolfie and stop shooting at that player before he's dead. So we're going to be looking at the rotation over here towards P2 now. Burgers getting a little bit of the time in P1, but then immediately Atlanta Days able to bounce back in and rolling on a nice wrap here, looking to pick off these players that are making their way over towards the P2 rotation already and secure these spawns for his team.
Yeah, you said it before I could about the pulling the Wolfie there with stop shooting on that player. Side of Boston Burgers looking like they have a successful rotation here to P2. We do have people taking a water route. This timing could be good here. The side of rolling, if he doesn't get too aggro there, he doesn't. He is going to fall through that water side. Wilker and Cam able to pick up the kills. Trademarks is back here in the back. You does see a player kind of spawn in front of him. Don't think he eventually spotted him. He's going to spot that player distance. Gets that kill with the Jackal. Takes some shots on this player towards the lion side as well, but eventually is going to fall. His teammates are in through the front. They're able to win that first kill. The rest of the players are out towards the back. Rolling able to pick up 2, not able to pick up the third, but put some shots in. BB able to pick up that trade and eventually falls here, the side of Atlanta Dazed. Looking to make this an even game here as they got about 20 seconds left on P2. So far, so good for their side. Able to have a clean break there against the side of Boston. And starting to look on rotation. The side of Boston are looking to trap them in here for at least this last spawn towards the back here, but a couple Atlanta Dazed players have made it out. And right as I say, that side of Boston are able to clean them up. They're going to have a pretty successful rotation towards this P3 side, looking to get this game back in their lead as they're going to be down by about 18.
Yeah, and Atlanta Dazed has had a really nice start to the second rotation, being able to take the lead, make up a little bit of that ground that was there. The Burgers are going to be over here towards P3 first, but Atlanta Dazed is looking to fight through both the front of the hill as well as through the plat side. Rolling, the last player left up here close, is able to chow out to plat, able to get one player looking to get active as well. Might see this player over towards outer fences, does, and is able to pick off that kill as well. So doing some great work for his squad, trying to clean up these players around the hill so that they can continue to soak up some of this time. But Burgers are doing just that right now, rolling through this P3 very methodically, looking to potentially make up some of the gap. But we know that the P4 is one of those big hills where you have to be able to rotate early, and then you have to be able to continue to hold that hill. So it looks like Atlanta Dazed are going to be on the rotation, but the Burgers are there as well. Gunfight goes in favor of Atlanta Dazed and Cam, so he's going to be the first player here, is now getting back up as well, and does unfortunately teammate his homie there. So unfortunate from the side of Atlanta Dazed, but they are here on the hill first. They're looking to make this happen without much contest, but Rolling is sliding into the hill, able to pick up 2 players as well. So Boston Burgers with the immediate break here on the P4.
Yeah, side of Atlanta Dazed is getting an early contest here. Trademark's able to pick up 2 towards that middle side and towards checkers as well. Eventually he's going to fall. BB and Zymes are there to pick up some trades on the side of Boston. Lead change here for the side of Boston here in this P4. P4 last time was pretty successful for him. The side of Atlanta Dazed got in a couple contests, but couldn't really do anything here. We're kind of looking to see a change here. The side of Zymes on that rock side, able to pick up 2 crucial kills. Trademark's looking to get that player off time, but is not able to clean it up. But he's got teammates that are rolling, kind of going off for the side of Boston Burgers here, looking to get a little bit aggro. He looks like he's warm and ready to go here in this map number 1. Side of Atlanta Dazed, we're seeing kind of about the same point differential from the first rotation on these points. So Atlanta Dazed and Boston Burgers both kind of doing some mid-rotation changes here, but ended up being the same after rotation 1.
Yeah, Boston ending up kind of in the same position, like you said, 10-15 point lead after that second set of rotations. So doing a good job. We've seen both teams split the P2 and then P4 being pretty contested back and forth as well. So these money hills are definitely getting traded out by these 2 squads right now. And, you know, it's going to be curious to see if either one of these teams can kind of string things together. But the Burgers off to a great start here onto P1. Rolling, looking to get active over towards P2 already. Getting a couple kills there on the rotation. Potentially knows that there's one more player back here. Is going to chow out. Going to get some great shots in. Going for the chow. Gets taken down to 31 HP. Is able to slip out with his life, though, with one more Atlanta Dazed player left back here blocking the back spawn. So Phoenix in a tough position here where he's going to have to win some big gunfights if he wants to keep the spawns. But the Burgers weren't necessarily looking for him right away. They are going to be able to get into the time, but that's going to allow the Atlanta Dazed to spawn behind and then potentially make a pinch here happen. And that is exactly what happens with, not sure if that's, I think the names are still wrong, so I'm not sure who it was that broke into the front of the hill, but Rolling is able to make his way through the garden side, able to get that player out of the back. So that's going to allow the Burgers to have kind of that same attempt as what the Atlanta Dazed had initially, and they are going to be able to break into P2 here. But there is going to be a little gunfight left here. Phoenix looking to chow into the hill is going to get taken out, though, so that's going to potentially secure this scrap time to the side of the Burgers, and we're going to be making our way over towards P3 now.
Yeah, Burger Boys here having a pretty successful P2 over the course of this game. Rotations of P3 have been pretty interesting between both teams, but the side of Atlanta Days, this is where you pretty much need to hold the majority of this P3, and it's not necessarily one that's easy to hold. You need the plat control, but the side of Boston Burgers are spawning on that side of the map, so it's going to be pretty difficult here for Atlanta. Uh, Boston could still win it here, so that's kind of what they're looking for. But if anything, they have this rotation to P4. They've had it unlocked the entire game. So if anything needs to change, it's from the side of Atlanta Days right here. And so far, we are not seeing that. The side of Boston Burgers have come to play map number 1 here on Hot Seat.
Yeah, the Burgers have been looking very dominant here so far. All their players kind of doing their own part in slaying, sharing pretty equally in time as well. So just some great teamwork, some great gunning coming down from the side of the Burgers, and they're still able to win here. So Atlanta Dazed is going to have to contest, and they're in that situation that you never want to be in where, yes, they get the scrap time now, but the Burgers are already over towards that P4, so they're gonna have to make the immediate rotation and have to hope they can get some of these kills early. There is some contest coming down from the front side of the hill. 2 kills going to the side of Atlanta Days. Cleanup is there. There is a 1v1 left close on time, but looks like we're both waiting for our teammates to get here. So Atlanta Days starting off good here so far onto the Rock P4, but it's not over quite yet. There's still a lot of Burgers here to contest. Trades going back and forth. Cam able to get 2 from the side of Atlanta Days. BB still here, able to pick off 1, but is going to get taken out. So Atlanta Days hold for that first fight. And they'll be looking for the second wave of players coming through in just a second to continue to push this map number 1 to go farther.
Yeah, and they're reading spawns pretty well here. We do have a player going to be taking a flank here. This could be kind of the dagger in the game, but they do read it. They're Cam able to pick up that player on the flank here. We're still winning these fights towards front. We got 10 left here in the point, so you're not going to win it here if you're a side of Atlanta, but you continue the game. Side of Boston Burgers, you cannot win it on this hill anymore, so we got to start looking towards a P1, and we've seen some crazy P1 holds from teams. The side of Boston Burgers are going to hop on it. We're going to see contest coming down. First kill going to the side of Atlanta, but is going to see an immediate trade from the side of Boston. Nobody on point just yet here as Atlanta Days are looking to get it here on this P1, if not push it towards a P2. Boston Burgers pretty much need one break to hop in for 5 seconds. BB's going to start it off here towards the open side. Able to pick up 1, shots onto the second. Trademark's able to get that kill on hill as we start to see the Boston Burgers coming together, getting these kills, and that is going to be it. For the side of Boston Burgers, just too little, too late for the side of Atlanta Dazed here in map number 1.
Yeah, I mean, they really put in a really solid effort on that final P4. I think the Burgers needed like 6 or 5 points, or maybe it was under 10 for sure points to
It's
win.
5.
It was 5, yeah, and so they held the Burgers to that same 5 mark through that entire P4. So they had a stellar hold, and then they were making a lot of success over towards that P1 as well. But